Good day, Uplanders. It is August 23rd, 2022, and coming at you from the live Devil's Lair, the video studio. We have a special guest, the one, the only, DeSjaak, coming at us from the Netherlands. Now, we're going to abandon the three things format for today. We're going to go straight into our interview with DeSjaak, but the winner of the contest for the prop in the hat did not get in touch. Next up is Adriana de Oliveira. She now has 24 hours to get in touch with Big Nick 23 on Discord to claim the prize. So, I'm wearing my fancy clothes today and no glasses. Why? Because today we have DeSjaak, D-E-S-J-A-A-K. You probably didn't know how to say that correctly. I have a number of DeSjaaks living around here. That's how we pronounce it. That's the correct way to pronounce it. What is the correct way to pronounce your name? One more time.
You said it correctly.
Yes! Yes! DeSjaak! That's a win! This is exciting. What a way to start. I can't think of a better player to do a long form interview with, the first one, with such a multifaceted player like yourself. So first, thank you for agreeing to do this interview on just a few short hours' notice. Uh-oh, we lost her. Is she coming back? She's coming back.
I was out for a sec.
You're out. You're back in.
You're back in?
One of the reasons you are, but minus the video.
I'm back.
She's back. One of the reasons I asked you for this opportunity is because you are, in my mind, one of the most dynamic players in the game and an exceptional influencer with Upland Online, and you're an award-winning designer. So thank you for agreeing to do this with me. I appreciate it. And I know our viewers and subscribers are going to love this interview. My first question to you is, your first Upland purchase came on June 19th, 2021. Can you tell us how you discovered the game and what motivated you to invest in it?
It's been longer than a year ago now. I think it was mainly COVID. It was so boring. I was super bored. I tried all these hobbies. I tried like baking, gardening. I even tried crocheting. It was all still very boring. And I couldn't buy a real house, so then I saw Upland and I bought a virtual house. It's kind of like the same thrill to it, so that's how I started.
It's fair, but the crocheting did not work for me either. So, the gist of that was that you were basically bored. It was COVID, and the other things weren't engaging. So you got in. Now I noticed you bought the one house for the first prop in Brooklyn, and then 2 days later you got a place in Chicago, and then a couple weeks later you went nuts in Chicago. What sold you on the game so quickly?
I think it was community, because at the beginning I was just doing anything. I started in Brooklyn and it was almost minted out. We have a place in the Netherlands called Breukelen. Mm-hmm. And Brooklyn is named after Breukelen. That's why I started in Brooklyn, which was quite dumb because it was minted out.
Okay.
But with some effort I got some properties. And I think it took a week for me to find Discord.
Okay.
I tried Telegram, got a lot of dick pics, then I installed that, and then after a week I went to, and then there was a community that like helped me get on my way and get me into Chicago and Cleveland, so yeah.
Cleveland, yeah, Cleveland, you got in, right.
Yeah, I went nuts in Cleveland.
So the Discord is the community where you're such a huge engager and influencer, I'll call you, right now, but you were influenced by them to get in the game. Is there any player in particular?
It's hard to name one. Like very early in the beginning, I was in this very like niche Discord server. I think there were like 4 or 5 of us there, and we were mainly talking about European football and about someone was making a fish pond. We were all like deciding on what kind of bricks he should buy and not, what kind of fish he should get. Because I was afraid of the general Upland server. I didn't want to talk there. I thought it was too intimidating. And then I think it was Cafe Mogador who got me into talking in the Upland server and in the end in Assassins. So let's blame him for me being on Discord all the time.
Great player to blame. Cafe Mogador is someone I'd also
Always
like
the person to blame.
I'd like to interview him someday. Very good conversations I've had one-on-one with him. And just an excellent, honest, all-around guy. Next question. I think that was a really good summation of your introduction to Upland. So thank you for being so elaborate. Your block exploit appears to be a shaggy tabby cat eating a bowl of ramen soup. Am I right or wrong?
You're very wrong. Because he's not eating. He is lounging in that bowl of ramen. He's taking like a full-on bath within the food. He's not eating it.
Is this a Dutch thing where the cats relax in large bowls of soup?
No, I think I went into a Discord server and did a voting round, and like this is one of the things that came up, and then I had to go in. I actually wanted a Beyonce inspired BE, but in the end it was the cat in the bowl of ramen that won. And the cat is actually, like the shabby cat is actually my cat. I hoped he was going to be in this video, but he's not around. But his name is Shaq.
I don't want to offend the cat. I don't want to get him nervous. But okay, so it is a cat, but the cat isn't eating the soup. He's relaxing in it.
Yeah, I'm glad we got this big news out of the way. It's very important that we know that he's not eating it.
Okay, good. One thing I noticed when I looked at your comprehensive profile is that you purchased or acquired 5 other players' custom block explorers. Now, I've got a lot of block explorers, and I get approached by players fairly regularly to gauge interest if I want to buy theirs. And I've never done it, and I don't want to do it because it's so unique to the individual player. How did you come to acquire those block explorers? Tell us about those.
Yeah, so this is an embarrassing story.
Okay.
I bought 5 block explorers. I bought them off another player who wanted to get out, and he bought it on probably, most likely, multi-accounts.
Okay.
So they are cheater bees.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
I actually never buy bees.
Okay.
So I kind of splurged on them. And it was a joke at first, and then I picked up 1, and then I picked up 2, and they're so ugly looking. And then there was one very ugly looking, I think the horse was last, or the very ugly, like the cat is shabbier looking, the bee that I picked up. So it was kind of sad, and now I have this thing for ugly bees, and I really have to rein myself back on not buying null because there are so many ugly ones out there.
Is there a player whose block explorer personal custom one that you like?
That I like? There are lots of them. I like the ones that are, I don't know, who was it, like the very ugly glasses with the sunglasses were super simple and not what they were supposed to be. So I think are great. Everyone that's not happy with their blog explorer, that one I'm most admiring.
I'm also unhappy with my personal Block Explorer, but I wouldn't change it because it was a reflection of the developers at the time, their interpretation of what I sent them, and it's unique to me, and I love it because.
What is your? How does yours look?
Have you ever seen the movie Caddyshack?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're much younger than I thought you were. It's a movie from the 1980s, early, starring Rodney Dangerfield, a comedian, and it's about real estate and golf. And the crux of the whole story is that he is a property developer and he wants to put up condominiums adjacent to the golf course. So he joins the club, and he's this outrageous, over-the-top character from the East Coast, mingling with these old waspy white guys who are really crunchy, and he makes fun of them. It's a comedy. So Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack is my Block Explorer. And if you give somebody 10 chances to guess, some people do get it. But I missed the mark. I didn't realize just what an opportunity I had at the time. But I accept it. I take it. And I'll deal with it. So.
Yeah, be proud of them.
Yeah, I don't wear it often. I wear the cooler ones, but yeah. So I don't think we've ever covered this yet. But Big Nick, to my immediate left, I have a refrigerator. So I got 50 cans of cold beer at arm's length at all times.
What place are you at? There's like an orchid to your left. There's a refrigerator to your right.
This is the Devil's Lair. This is the Devil's Lair. This is part of my domain. A lot of wood, because I think there's a lot of natural beauty in wood. And so I have all of this beautiful cedar, because one of the reasons I like it, and I don't have very much artwork on my walls at all, is that each piece of wood is unique and it's beautiful. And I love that. And I don't need pictures, and I don't need to hang a whole bunch of shit off my walls, because I can be entertained. I can sit and look at my wood for hours. It's beautiful. But I assume they don't have many log cabins in your part of the Netherlands. Maybe I'm wrong, but what do you think of the wood?
I was talking to Modor about this, that like we have wood in the Netherlands, but because it's so small, we're just like a couple of trees. We cannot walk for hours and hours because then you'll be out of the country. We'll be in Germany or in Belgium by then.
But what do you think of my interior?
I think it's very fitting for you. Like this whole screen you have set up. I'm happy that this is how it looks. Otherwise, it would have been a disappointment, because otherwise this is exactly the image I've built up in my head prior to you starting the video series. I'm just saying, the Bossa Nova video,
yes,
that gave like a whole nother dimension to your personality.
Thank you.
It was like a new discovery for me.
I dance. I'll dance with any girl. Any girl who wants to dance, I'll dance.
It was very impressive.
You know what I do? I don't know if you know this, but I lived in Europe for a while, and I've taken waltz classes. I can waltz. No shit. I'll waltz with you. My wife, she won't waltz with me.
I've never waltzed, but
I'll teach you.
First for everything, yeah.
Okay, let's stay on topic here. The next set of questions I want to ask you is about design. You're a prolific designer. You won the Chicago design challenge with your recreation of what is one of the most prevalent and iconic apartment building styles in Chicago, the famous U shape with the courtyard. Two-part question: have you been to Chicago before? And then, how did you decide on this? What was your inspiration?
The first part, I've never been to Chicago. My first time in the US ever was like 1 or 2 months ago, so I was never in the US before.
Okay.
But it wasn't to Chicago. My inspiration was I just researched the hell out of Chicago. I looked at like what building styles were specific there, so that's of course when this building style came up, and now I'm in love with it because also it looks so good. Can I say that about my own designs?
Yes.
I like it very much.
I've spent time in these apartments, in these buildings. They're quite prevalent on the north side of Chicago, all over. I had friends living in them for years. And then when you come off the street, you park or you're walking from the train, and then you enter the center of the property, and you're in a courtyard. It almost feels like you're in Europe. It's different. It's like you've left the city and you're in this serene place. And it's just hard to describe because you don't get that vibe, off of residential architecture, that's seemingly nothing special, but it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
So,
I need to go to Chicago now to experience it, but it makes sense.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really cool. They're overlooked, I think. Underappreciated is a better word. But, okay, so you won. You won the competition for Chicago, Tier 1 city. What do you do next?
Tough question. I don't know. I just say yes to like almost everything, so I'm involved with way too many projects. Like I wish I took more time of designing stuff, but I've already said yes to all these other projects.
Yeah.
That I'm also very excited about. So a lot of stuff is next. I'm working at Upland Gaming, the Upland Gaming company, which is like a third-party
Right.
company that's
but how
just
did you
set up and released.
How did you celebrate?
I celebrate. I'm kind of a workaholic, so I work a lot. I celebrate by eating, I think. I love food. I eat, like, it's my best part of the day.
What's your favorite cake? Your favorite cake?
Favorite food?
Cake.
What? Cake. Oh, it's my grandpa's apple pie. It's like an easy question. It's very specific.
Stand by. I don't know if someone just walked into the... I don't think so. Okay. People come and go when you live in the country. You don't know if somebody's here or not, and you do your best to rely on that dog and whatever. Next thing, the business question. So not only did you win the Chicago contest, but not many people know this. I commissioned you to make several designs for me, and you were amazing to work with because I gave you basically some rough outlines, some pictures of what I had in mind, and you made it. And you didn't ask 8 million questions how to do it. You were very good at picking up what I wanted quickly, and you cranked out a few designs for me. One in San Francisco that didn't win, that is, in my opinion, the best representation of the architecture in Presidio Heights, Presidio Terrace, in the city. But we did win with your mid-century design in Fresno. and it's it's nothing elaborate, spectacular. But for Fresno, it's pretty perfect. Where do you see transactional business relationships like this going in the near future with the advent of blueprint shops, which I think are coming relatively quick? And I don't know if they're going to be, I assume they're going to be city specific, and that it's going to be a revenue sharing thing where if a player wants to build a custom cool looking house, you as the original artist or me as the owner of the essentially the license to what I paid you to make that I'm now reselling. What do you think of that business dynamic? Are you excited about it? Just go.
I'm crazy excited about this. This is the part where I think everyone has this point where they think with Upland okay, what am I going to do here? There is no new city. There's what should I do? And then the design part came in, and I was so happy. And I did actually the house, the San Francisco house that I did for you was the first house in Blender that I ever made. I did the ornaments before, but I've never made a house in Blender before. I'm also super happy about once I get a blueprint shop, we're going to get that out that. I still have the file. We can still put it in there, so we'll still have that. Really hope to get a blueprint shop.
We would technically have a conflict of interest then if it sold through your shop or mine. But whoever gets the shop first.
We'll work it out. I'm sure.
Are you sure? Tell me more though.
Yeah,
Keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. I will just keep talking until I stop me. So, what I really, really hope for Blueprint Shop is that they will work with licenses and also with bid number on them. That was the problem. Not really the problem, but for the first design challenge we had, it was you can now build the courthouses forever, right? The courtyards. Right. You can build the Fresno ones forever. Imagine you having wanting me to make a design, and we'll say there will be only 50 of them ever. It will make them way more valuable. You will have rarities into designs. So I hope they will take that on. In the end, I really don't care as long as I get a blueprint shop. Just want to.
Good. I had a feeling about that. And I think that's something for players in your age group who have this talent that I don't have should really be looking forward to right now, because it's going to be such an immediate opportunity to monetize your creativity within Upland, because I can't do it. I don't have the time to learn to do it, and I mean, here, welcome to our technical production of a two-way interview. So, this is something that I know I can't do, and I was happy you agreed to do for a price, and I think it was a very fair price. And I hope you hold other prospective buyers of your work to the Big Nick standard, so that you're able to benefit, because you should. And this is the aesthetic aspect of this is going to explode fast. It's all going to come together relatively quickly, and I'm excited about it. Final question on design: is there any one or two player in game whose designs inspire you, that you admire? Who are they, and what are the designs?
I admire everyone's designing, and I want to encourage everyone to pick it up, even if you're not able to do 3D design. If you have a little bit of either Photoshop, dog. So I would encourage everyone to pick up designing if you have the time and if you like to do it. I admire. I think for the designers, I admire DeSjaak a lot because he's very committed and he's very creative.
You have
and
to
he's
say-
very skilled.
You have to say that one more time because my recording camera just got a text message. Say the name again.
DeSjaak. I think DeSjaak is one of the most creative designers out there, and he's also very nice, so that helps. He has this great NFT project where he turns his daughter's artworks into 3D designs, and to say something bad about his daughter, but you never know what she's drawing. She's shit at it. That's actually great. And Lily is of course like because she's a professional. This is what she does professionally. And I think I kind of don't want to say his name because I'm kind of jealous of him. So I don't want to like give him too much.
Say his name.
But,
Was it CMAV?
it's Seabath. You know. He's so, I don't know if it's he actually, I'm just thinking he's like, CMAV's designs are actually the best designs out there. They're
I agree.
like, very detailed and he's bringing out a lot, so yeah.
And again,
Looking forward to following him.
I've never talked to CMAV. I don't know if it's a guy, girl, or something else. But I would agree with you 110%. I'm building I've completed my first building of theirs in Kansas City, and it looks sharp. The Kansas City one, I don't know why they didn't give us more color options, but it is what it is. But yeah, I hear you on that. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to? Design-wise.
Design ones? So that's so difficult. Well, I want to give a shout out to Attn too, who's not designing himself, but he is setting up a way of getting new designers in the game, and he's in a place in the world where people don't have a lot of access to technology like this, and I think this is like be a game changer. Like you said, especially for young people, this is going to be a job. So
Right, and I hope we're going to help a lot of people get their first real life homes through revenue they're generating in this game. All right, we're going to move on to our final set of questions, and these are about your server analytic assassins. I get a lot of invites to servers, even more regularly than people asking me to buy stuff from them. There's only one other server that I'm in that's a regular live server, and that's yours, Analytic Assassins. I think it's absolute required membership in this, and it's free and it's open. If you're in this game and you're watching this video and you are not in an Analytic Assassins server, do that right now as soon as you finish watching and like the video. What's the secret? Why has Analytic Assassins succeeded where so many have failed?
they're free and we're for all. I think that's the main. Like the whole goal of the server is to give people information, and we want to give it to everyone. And we're not going to do any subscription-based version. We're not going to, like, the whole point of it. Like, I think, like, I didn't even start the server. I joined purely because I couldn't have done my mints in Cleveland if the server didn't exist. I had no idea. And I couldn't even place Cleveland on the map. So I needed Analytic Assassins to give some sort of guidance. If you're new to this game, it's so difficult to understand, and there's so much, like, even if you put in effort, you have no idea what you're doing, and you have no idea what collections are, like, could be, and that's what we want to share with people. So I hope that's what people get out of it. That's my favorite part. After a city release, I hear this new player from this random place somewhere on Earth saying. I read the research, then I went do a little bit of my own research, and I minted this place, and it's a rare or an ultra rare, and they just started a month ago, and now their game is set and they're hooked. That's my favorite part of it.
One of the things that I think makes the server special is that you have so many talented players. How do you keep so much talent in one place? Is it you? Is it them? Is it a combination? How do you have so many talented designers, creators? And I really think that much of the work that comes out is professional grade. How do you keep them all together and happy?
Yeah, I literally have no idea. Don't tell them that, but what are they doing with us? Why are they sticking with analytic assessment? I have no idea. I have to huge shout out to Longshot, who is one of the most organized players I know, the most thorough players I know.
Yes.
And he I think he sends me every week I need to spend less time on analytic assessments, and my answer always is, please do. Have a life.
Yes.
Don't spend all your time at us, but still.
And that's a good point.
I think it's the group that we have a great group behind the scenes, and we keep expanding. We have great Brazilian researchers just joining that are very involved as well, and I love all the work they do. From the beginning, we had great analytic people, so let's say I want to do a shout out to the Tempest, who is the nicest player in the entirety of Upland. I'm quite sure that no one will prove me wrong and find another person that's a nicer guy than he is. Steve with the maps, and everyone's just wanting to help. I don't know why. Don't tell them that.
It's a great group, and I've got my German Shepherd, who I fed a New York strip steak to shortly before we started the interview, and I'm pretty sure she's got to go outside, but we're gonna get through this interview. And thank you for being so candid and having such elaborate answers. I really appreciate it, and I think the audience is going to appreciate this as well. And with that, is there anything else you'd like to say or share with the Big Nick Nation? That anything on your mind that you think is relevant for Upland, for design, for life in general? The floor is yours, man.
For life in general, is everyone needs an orchid on the background of their screen. I'm looking at mine and I'm missing some orchids here.
You are.
Bridge would be nice as well. So I have some takeouts from this interview too. And other than that, I think everyone knows this. Upland is the community. It's not the game. It's the community, and can be critical sometimes, but I will never be critical of what the community does, because they do so much. They do and that's not just analytic assassins. That's Spark servers. That's gaming companies. There are now all these second layer thingies popping out of the ground and doing such great things, and I really hope that will be Upland, because for me it is Upland is all the party stuff that's going on there. I'm very excited about all the designers popping up, about legit leagues of Upland gaming, of what Analytic Assassins will do next. I'm just, that's the part where I'm looking forward to, because that's for me is what Upland is.
Yeah. I wanna thank you for this interview. It's been a pleasure, and like I said, I'm sure this is probably going to be our most popular, most viewed video to date, number 6 or 7. But I know it's almost midnight in the Netherlands. I want to thank you so much for doing this, and I hope that you've had fun and then you'll come back and do another one with me once we figure this whole, once we upgrade the production studio. It's been, and you know, I've learned a lot more about you as a person that you just can't learn on Discord. It's been incredibly valuable to me too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this. And I hope you have a wonderful night and get some rest.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take care, DeSjaak. Thank you again.